Okay, we're going to do some packing. And for packing, there are a couple of things to take in mind. First, we need to have all the packing materials. So this is a packing paper or newspaper, and we definitely need tape. Where did I put the box of tape? Okay. Okay. We have tapes. We have cutters. We have bubble wrap, and we have different sizes of boxes. So this is a dish pack. So we're gonna use this for most of the fragile items, like if you have stemware, you have plates. Basically, this one we can use this, or we can use a large box. Okay, this is a large box. So what is the difference between the two? So the dish pack is stronger, and the large box is you see, is thinner, but this is more expensive. The dish pack is more expensive, and the customer may not want to have to pay for that, so we can use the large box instead of dish pack for the local move. Because if it's local, you can just unpack it like as soon as the customer gets to their place. So we can use the local. So we have some smaller boxes. So the small box, basically, we can use small box if we don't have rule of thumb. Small box always for heavy items. If you have books, we pack in the small box. This is a 1.5. We went over that. So in the small box, we can also pack like some spices. We can pack, for example, here you see if you don't have many wine glasses, you see the height. You can you don't have that many. You can pack it in there. So I will show you how we do that. Okay, so rule of thumb, we always pack a light together. And anything that is flammable, we take them aside. Anything, we don't pack anything that is hazardous, that can explode in the truck, we take them aside. And we go through, if the customer have anything that they want to keep, we have to take them aside so that we don't pack them. Because when we pack the box, we don't want to go back and unpack. So that's important. And when we're packing, always important. So when we make the box, everything we finish and pack. So we want to say what is in their contents. Like, okay, so here we can say, okay, it's a kitchen. Where is kitchen? Right here, we check. But here we can also say in the name, we put, okay, this is kitchen, or is it glass? Is it wine glasses? Or is it spices? And order number, so it basically, if we have inventory sheets, we don't go over that. So this is some of the rule of thumb, okay? This is a lighter. There's lighter, igniter. We don't pack them. Because look, for some reason this is in the box. We don't do that. That's a no. We take them aside. If there are any other things that the customer, like pieces of paper, like mail, we ask the customer, because there may be things that the customer need right away. Keys. Okay, let me show you. Come here. For example, here, if you come, so if this is here, you make sure that you take them up, and you ask the customer, hey, this is keys. They may need them. You don't pack them. Okay? And if there is, for example, anything that has defrost, like, we don't pack. This is perishable. Because if you pack this, and it's gonna rotten in the box. You don't, perishable, any vegetable, anything like that, you don't pack. Okay? You take them aside. Tomato, you know that's gonna rotten right away. Banana, please don't pack them. That's the for the customer to take care of. Either they toss it, and if you go in the fridge, anything from the fridge, they need special care. So they have like those containers specifically for anything that is from the fridge. Okay. You also need a step tool. The reason you need that, for someone like me that is short, for you to reach in the cabinet, you have to have a step tool to go and get things from the cabinet. So, and also one thing that we do, we want to clear. So this one, we have to ask the customer for permission to use some of this. I will show you why we need this. So when we're packing, so that we can, you know, when we're taking the papers, I will show you how we use this. Okay, but if we come here again, we want a clear place to, we can either use the counter, a good space, we make space for the packing papers, or we can come here okay, we need space to set up everything. Okay, this is, and here's the reason that, you see, you tip your hand and see, that's why you need water, because if not, sometimes they stick together. You can ask the customer for permission to use their dining table, or you can use the counter. But in case there is none of that, there's something you can do. So the idea is you can use some of the boxes that we have, and like maybe four more boxes, and use to create a working stage. So this is really small. So just basically you have this to be able to work. You can make a stage to work, and then you can put your papers in there. You got the idea. One more thing. We want, when we're working, this is where we're going to work. We want to make sure that we bring everything that we're packing, like we take a pause and bring everything to the table. We bring, you know, things to the table. We avoid breaking things. If you have to go there and grab one and pack, that's gonna take a long, sorry, it's gonna take a long time. Okay, so we wanna basically, where we're working, because that way we have everything here. If we have the plates, you have to be careful. You make sure you empty the space that you want to work, and then you bring them where you're going to work, and be careful. Okay, you make sure you have enough so that you can start working. So now we're going to pack some this is apple cider, but there are some wine, bottles of wine. There are some other like bottles of alcohol that are about the same size or can be a little bit smaller or bigger, but we're gonna give you the how we pack this. So what we're doing right now is mostly for local, but some of it can be also used for long distance. For example, if you use this is for wine. Okay, you can come here, look at, so you see this is the bottom and they're different. This is the top. Okay, so what we do, we put them the bottom first, in the box. Okay. So now, and one thing we do when we're packing, we want to make sure that the side stay down. Okay. So now we take our bottles. Okay, we have 6. And then this is gonna be the top. Now we take and can look the cover. Okay. Okay, so now it's safe. Then really nice. And then you label. This is always important. This is kitchen. See? Bottles. You know? Wine. They say bottles of wine. So usually we like to say, okay, this arrow says go put it on top. And we say the same thing here, kitchen. And we say bottles of wine. Bottles of wine. And we can say fragile. So we put this on both sides. The reason we do that is because when we're packing, for example, this is the truck. This is the truck, when we pack, this is gonna be there, but at least we can see from that side because the top's gonna be covered. This is for the movers to see. Oh, they say, oh, wine glasses, so this is fragile. And when they pick it up, they want to make sure that, hey, it is safe. Now, let's say that the customer cannot use this because it is so expensive. These are expensive. If you have a lot of wine bottles, the customer may not want this, and or if we didn't bring that in the truck. So what do? So for local, okay, we only have, let's say how many, or we have about 6, or I don't know. So we can use a small box, and we use a packing paper. So we're gonna make sure that we have a lot of cushions in the bottom. So it's already really well closed because we already did that, how to pack the box. You know, this corner is because there's gonna be heavy stuff in the box. This corner has to be sealed, you know, and really well protected. Then now the next step is we take a lot of paper. You can see it. Okay. So now we're gonna be protecting the. You take about 2-3 sheets of paper. We got 2-3 sheets of paper. Okay, see how the head up. Okay. Okay, so we do it and we fill it out, and then after it's filled, and sometimes if there's a little cushion in between there, you can go and put some paper to kind of protect it. Okay, and then you fill out everything. Okay. So because we don't have that many bottles, but you got the idea. So, and one thing that we do here, you see right here, if there's gonna be space, you make sure that there's enough paper as cushion. You know. Okay. So you got the idea. And when you filled it up, everything is filled because it has to be filled. So now the box is almost full, but you know, we have only this many. So what we do, we put some papers in between to use as cushion to protect the bottles in transportation. And again, these papers, they're cheap. Please use as much as possible because we want to protect the customer's belonging. Okay, use a lot of papers. The customers may not like a lot of papers, but this is to protect the customer's belonging. Okay, now you see how it's really nice and neat. Look. So now you want to make sure that you cover the top, and then you're ready to close. Okay, now you're ready to close. Okay, you're ready to close the box. Okay, so what we're going to do right now basically is going to be tips, packing tips for the customer, how to pack their kitchen and maybe some of the boxes, and also that can be used for training purpose for our movers. That's important. So now, packing tip for customers. Basically, let's start with boxes. We have different types of boxes. We have the small box, 1.5. This is the smallest box that we carry. It is for anything that is heavy. If you have anything that is heavy, you put them in the small box. Like books, if you have like bottles of wines, anything that's gonna be heavy, because the movers will need the because when the movers are taking things off the ground, so you should be we want to be easy on our movers. That's why we put them in the small box. Then we have the medium box, 3.0, the medium. Okay, and we this one basically like it's between really heavy and light. And here, this is the large box. That's a 4.5. So the large box, you can put bedding. If you have like cushions, like anything from like clothes, you can like the clothes that you can fold, you put them in there. Anything that is light, you can put let's say pillows, in those boxes. And because they're bigger, this is the size that they are. You see how it's gonna be. Because if you put only heavy stuff in there, that's gonna accumulate a lot of pounds. And when the movers are carrying, so if it's too heavy, that's not gonna be good for the back of the movers. So this is the large box. But there is another box that this basically you can use this for like kitchen items like glass. If you have plates, if you have you can put you can use this for local move packing. instead of the dish pack. Dish pack is ideal for glasses. This is a heavy duty box. It is stronger, and you can see this is saying dish pack. It's basically for anything that is fragile. Anything that is fragile. So this box is stronger, but it's more expensive. So you can see this is the large box. This is the dish pack. Dish pack is about, you see, dish pack is bigger, and you use this for fragile, but you can also use this one, but it's kind of like less stronger than the dish pack. So this is the difference. This is the dish pack, and we have a okay. This is the small box. So this is the small box. We use this. We already packed this. We have some wine bottles in there. Sometimes we can use this also for stemware. So you see, if you pack this in there, that would fit. If you don't have too many wine glasses, you can use this box for that. And we can use this box for books, the small one, books. If you have like anything that is heavy, if you have like lampshade that can fit in there, so you can use a medium box for lampshades too. You can have a combination. So small box, if you have like small items like spices, you can put in there. If you have like your bathroom contents, you can put in there. And if you have electronics, you can put in there in a small box. If you have a disc, like a disc player, like a DVDs, you can put in the small box because they're gonna be heavy. So that's one thing. Now, the thing after we know that, the thing to know as a customer, one thing that is important is right here it says name, contents, order number. So, and here it gives you like which rooms. So for here, so what we do, we can either say where it is going to, where is it going to, or where it's from. What room is it from, the content in there, or where it's going to. So for example, you can check here and say, oh, this is from the kitchen. You check kitchen. Or sometimes it's hard to see, you can use a different marker. But basically when the movers are you can say sometimes name is for what does this belong to. So you can say, oh, name is let's say Joey. Okay, content is bottles. There's an L here. Bottles, wine. Okay. Order number is when we take inventory. So there's gonna be order number when we have a sticker, we have an inventory sheet. So we don't use this for local moves. This is mainly for long distance. Sometimes like if we have the inventory sheet, we give a number here and we also put it in the inventory sheet. So we don't put it there. So, but one thing that I wanted to say though, sometimes when we're moving, instead of putting the name here, we can say, oh, this is from kitchen, or it is going to kitchen. So when we don't have the customer's name here, or if there is a son's, books, if it's a John's, Matthew, but instead what you can say, oh, because this right here can be really hard to read right there. So what we do, we say kitchen. Kitchen, that's from kitchen, or it is going to kitchen. So one thing that I wanted to point out though is because when the movers are packing, sometimes we write both sides. It says kitchen. We say this one is going up if it's really fragile. But if it's heavy, because rule of thumb, we put the heavy stuff in the bottom. So this is wine glasses, so that cannot go all the way on top. So what we do here, we say kitchen, you know, bottles, we say wine. It's a combination, wine and some other bottles. So, and we say fragile. The reason we write on this side, you know, you can write like, because the movers, when we pack things on top of each other, we cannot see what is in there, so they can see when they're picking things up, you know, like when they know how, you know, how to handle it, because it's fragile, and they will be able to see when like they're stacking the boxes. Sometimes we put here on this side and that other side. So labeling is important after you box it, but make sure that everything is really well packed. So now let's see what we use after the boxes for packing material. As a customer, you get a variety of ways to pack your stuff. Some customers use a cloth, they use some, but there are some cheap ways to pack your belongings. So you may need you will need some tapes. There are different tapes. We use this tape, which is this one is the moving tape. We don't use that handle because for us we want to go fast, but customers can use this to cut their tape. So we use a different one. So this is packing paper. This is cheap. Okay, so we'll show how we do some of the packing. So we have some foams. This is for plates, so we can show you how, for example, and when you're packing, you want to make sure that you have a clear surface. You have all of your packing material. You have scissors, pair of scissors to cut. You have your tape, you have your cutter, you know, you have your cutter, you have everything in place. But most importantly, you take things from the cabinets and put them on the surface so that you don't go back and forth. So, and we have the dividers. You know, we have different sizes. So we, you know, like the different sizes of dividers to protect. We make them. We have different sizes. So those are the big ones. Those are big ones. This. Okay. So we can use a glass. This height is good. You see. But if this is short, you cannot use this for that one because that's too tall. This is no. That's a no. But this, yes. So now, if you want to use the wine glass, let's see. This is a yes. And we have plates too, small plates. We'll show you how to do that. Okay, those are dividers. But sometimes you may not use the dividers. Okay. We have bubble wrap. Okay. And again, as we said, we have paper pads. Packing paper. And we have some other materials like more expensive ones, foams for wine bottles. But that's it for now. We have all the packing materials. Now we're going to show you how to pack some of your items. So now, rules of thumb. Plates, you don't put plates in the in the box like that. You stand them vertically. So we're gonna show you how to make the box. So this is a medium box, but the purpose here right now is how to make boxes, which is important. So now we see here it's connected, it's not cut yet. So this is important to leave it the way it is. Okay, you see both sides, but this one is separated. So what we do, we fold this side and we turn and fold the other side. We don't cut this yet, and the reason for that, that's gonna hold the lid down. So you see how it's go down like that? If you cut it, that would come up. So then you turn it upside down. Okay, so go down, and sometimes, you know how to, you have where it says made in, or usually that's the part that goes up. Okay, so now you can use other tapes, other things, but for us, because this is faster for us, we use this one. But before I do any taping, you see this corner doesn't need to be taped, but this and that one, they need to be taped, because if you have heavy stuff in there, if it's only, let's see, give me one second. So if it's only here, if you only do this, that's not enough, because sometimes some tape can be bad and they peeled off. And if that's the case, and you have something that is too heavy, and that's gonna break. So that's gonna be, because the customer packet, that's gonna be the customer's responsibility. So that's why you wanna make sure that also this is also sealed, because that way it's more strength. Really nice. You make sure that it's really nice. The tape is not peeling. You know. Okay, you see? We have the tape here, we have the tape there, but this is already, you know, we don't need to tape there. And then you flip the box. You see? Now you get the box like that. So if you cut that, see, that's why you don't cut it. You see, now it holds the box for you. You see, that's why you didn't cut. So now you're ready to pack. So when you're packing, let's say that you're packing some the plates right now. You got everything ready. You got your box. So you want cushion in the bottom. So the way you do it, you use packing paper. Okay. Okay. You can. This is a way to do it. And you can do it different ways. Okay. But the goal is to make sure that we have enough cushion. Okay, because we're gonna have glass. We want to make sure that there's enough cushion in there. Okay. Okay, now you have enough cushion in there. So you got two options. So we have some foam for the plates. We have different sizes. So you can use either one. So like for the big ones, you see, you can put this one in there. So usually it's one per plate. You don't put two plates in there. It says only one. And then you can do this combination, or you can put on every plate. You can do this, or okay, see, this is one option. You put them. So remember, we don't put it that way. Look, you can see right here, we don't do it that way. We have to do it standing vertical, because that way it stands more pressure. Okay, so that's the way we do it. Okay, we put it in the corner. So that's one way. You can do it with this one, or there is other form. This is different form. You can cut. So this is a different form. Put this one here. You flip and you flip. You can put 2, 3, depending. Okay. So now, if you have tape, it's best to tape it because right now there are 2, 3 in there, so you don't want to drop it there like that. Okay. So you would tape it. For us, the best way we do it, we don't use these. We use packing paper. So we got the plates, and it's always good to have everything that you're packing together. So now, okay, so we can use 2 or 3, you know. So you can do it individually. You can do it individually. You can do it that way, or you can do it like you can do it 3 together, 3 to 4 together. Okay, let's see how we do it. Okay, this is 2. See? Okay. This paper is cheap. You make sure that you put a lot of paper in there. Okay. See? You know, everything is protected. You stand it. Okay. Everything is protected. So that's one. So now, how do you pack this glass? It's simple. You pack it individually. So usually one, you can do 1 or 2. You do 1. You can do, 2. Okay. And then this is, you put it upside down. Okay. See? Really nice. So now we can stack them. So rule of thumb, you pack plates together and alike together. You like plates with plates, and when you're done with plates, you do a tier. So like you do a tier. So we're gonna show like how to do that. So this is an example, but this box may be too small for this because you can use this medium box, but usually we use a dish bag. Okay, so we have glassware, a stemware. So for the stemware, so you want to protect this part. Okay, so there are a couple ways you can do that. Okay, I'll show you. Okay. Okay. See? There's a lot of cushion in there. So you put them together. Okay, so for example, here you see the mover, like the person that did the box, you see they forget they cut this. So now when you're working, this is on your way. So what you do, you make sure this one is going down and you tape it. Okay, now it's easy to reach. So now the bottom is already has all the cushion. Okay, and now you can put your divider. So you guys know how to, so the divider is really simple. Okay, you get your dividers in there. See? Now we're going to wrap these. So again, remember. All right. Okay. You come here, you put it in the divider. Okay, you see? So now you can come here. This is our wine glasses. This is the last one. So you see the dividers. Okay, we have the last one. Okay, we put it in there. Okay. So now everything is good. So now we want to make sure that we put some a tier before we start putting anything on top. Okay. So there are some boxes that we can have, but if we don't have the little cut, so we can cut some of our boxes. Okay. That's what you cut it. Okay. See? We make sure that you can just cut it, but I just want you to make sure that for the purpose of the video. So now you have the tier. Okay. So, and then now you can start putting more. Let's see. You see. Okay, how tall is this? Okay, this is high enough. See? You can put another tier. You see? This is high enough. If it was there, no, you said no. You would find something. So because you can put another tier of this one, and you build it the same way that you did. And when you're done, you put the cover and you box it up. Okay. So that's good. So that means you can pack anything that is that same height. Okay, that's good. With the cushions and everything. So, but you know, before you put this one, you would do the same thing. You would put some sort of some cushion. Okay. Okay, and then you wrap. Oh, good. Yeah. When we're done with the wine glass. Okay. Okay. You want to make sure that your box is full. Okay. Always make sure that it's full, because if the box is not full, it's gonna be you know, really, it's gonna sink. Okay, this box is really full, and now you can tape it. Okay, you do one there. Really nice and neat. Okay, really nice and neat. Sometimes you double. Okay, so remember always, this was a kitchen. What is the content? This is a wine glass. So say kitchen. Okay. So then you say this is, you know, this is fragile. Sometimes you put fragile, but this one is a fragile, and you say because this is really fragile and it's kind of light, you say this sign meaning this going on top. Okay, we have to, when we're stacking, that's going on top. And you put the says kitchen, both side, wine, and you do that in the other side. This side, and you go there. It's this one already say go on top. You can do this, but if there is no, you put it there. So some boxes don't have that. That's why you say, okay, this one say go up on top. So you say kitchen, wine glass. Okay, okay. So now let's pretend that, okay, say that, okay, we on the job. We didn't bring any dividers, and the customer we don't have, the customer didn't let us know about the packing service, and we didn't have enough material to protect this up. And we noticed that we have some wine glasses. So always remember, these are really fragile. The stemware are really fragile, and because they're fragile, we would prefer pack them in a small box by themselves. Only this by themselves. Like you can look at if there's any other alike, you know, and they have to be the same height, same size. You don't put usually this with this, no, because that's heavy. The cup, the smug is heavy, and they would, you know, no, we want them because these are lights. They are light, and we want them to be by themselves. Okay, now let's see how we can do that without dividers. Okay? Okay. This is this is the top, this is the bottom. So we put it upside down. Okay? And then you see right here. So we don't have any dividers, but we make sure that right now what we do, we go and in the gaps we make sure that we put some cushion. So now you make sure that you have a lot of cushion, really nice. Okay, really nice. Okay, so really nice, because this is really light, this is gonna go up. So you see what I was saying, this box is a book box, but you can use it to put the wine glasses. So now it's gonna be kitchen and wine glasses. Okay, so you say the same thing. This is gonna say up, go up, and this one say fragile. Okay, you say the same thing here. Kitchen, wine, and you say fragile. This arrow means go up, and you do the same thing for that side. You see, kitchen, wine glass, okay, fragile.